People can talk about peak season in the fall and snow in the winter all they want, but nothing is better than summer in the high country. Welcome to Appalachian Weekly News. I'm Ryan Hendricks.
And I'm Brennan Schrader. We're going to show you all the fun places, events, and experiences this summer on the mountain. Sometimes you need a little money to have fun in the high country, and a job might help with that. So when things getting busy this summer, Cody Bear tells us there are many opportunities.
If you're living in the high country over the summer and you want to make some money while doing so, you may be on the hunt for a summer job. Fortunately, with the busy summer tourism and many App State students going home, businesses are hiring.
We have more employees during the summer because it's a lot busier, and sometimes it gets really crazy in here. And so we have 2 registers going.
From helping people check out antiques to scooping ice cream and making waffle cones, there are plenty of options around the area.
We get to meet a lot of people here from the Boone community, but also in the App State community, learn a lot about Ben & Jerry's and what they stand for, and even get to learn some new skills like cake decorating and small stuff like that.
There are plenty of places looking for students staying over the summer to work. But for many businesses, people living in the high country full-time are encouraged to apply as well.
We have a lot of people that just live in the area that work here. We have a kid that commutes from West Jefferson. We have all kinds of people working here.
Many of the businesses in the high country emphasize flexibility for all employees over the summer.
Very flexible scheduling for people that are in college, full-time work for people that aren't, have AM, PM shifts available.
Not only are summer jobs a chance to make money, they're a chance to make new friends as well.
Every time we hire somebody, it's like adding to the family. We do a lot of things outside of work too, just because we're so close and we just all get along so well.
When you're in the high country and looking for that summer job, take some walks around the area and look out for those hiring signs.
Celebrating its 50th anniversary is the Watauga County Farmers Market. From baked goods and goat cheese to fresh greens, meat, and even birdhouses, you can find it all. For half a century, the Watauga County Farmers Market has been home to a wide variety of vendors that bring their unique goods to Boone. The market near Horn in the West in Boone is open from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. every Saturday from April to November, and has been an essential part of operations for vendors.
For me, having that the community support the market like this means that I can make a living as a farmer. I can come here and sell enough produce on a Saturday that I don't need to have another job.
It's time to say cheese for one of the most popular foods in the world. And the only cheese manufacturing company in the state of North Carolina is right here in the high country. AWN reporter Cody Bear took a trip to West Jefferson, where he got to watch the process from start to finish at the Ashe County Cheese Company.
A typical day we start at 3 a.m. And we're taking raw milk straight from the farm. We're pasteurizing it. From pasteurization to the time the cheese comes out of the vat, it's about 4 hours. We're making 3 vats a day, and they're spaced about an hour apart. So every hour we're pulling 2,000 pounds of cheese out of a vat. From there, we're aging it 2 days, waxing it, and then it goes in either for a long period of aging for like a sharp cheese or a short period of aging for a mild cheese. Then it gets shipped all over the southeast.
Nestled into West Jefferson, North Carolina, is a unique destination where you find out all about the making of a delicious snack. That's at Ashe County Cheese. When you see the 3 cows out front, you know you're in the right place. You're at the cheese factory, and those 3 silos of milk are an important part of the process of Ashe County Cheese.
These cows out here, they're quite an attraction point for Ashe County Cheese, but for a long time they were just silos. And a local artist in West Jefferson approached us about turning them into a decorative thing. So we agreed to it. We actually had the local high school come by their welding class. They welded up the cow heads, and then we contracted painters to come in and paint them. And now it's a picture point where people come and get pictures made.
Once you go inside the cheese factory, you can enter the viewing room and watch the process from start to finish, where they make 6,000 to 8,000 pounds of cheese per day. From the milk, to breaking it down, to rounding it, waxing it, and cutting it, Ashe County Cheese shows viewers the entire process up until it's time to say cheese. So you just watched the cheese get made in the viewing room of the cheese factory, and now you're saying, okay, I want to buy some cheese for later. Good news. All you got to do is cross the street and you'll find yourself at the Ashe County Cheese General Store. Let's take a look. Inside the store, you have the chance to buy and eat the cheese that came from that exact factory across the street. From far and wide, people love coming to Ashe County Cheese for the local produce that they say is better than anywhere else.
Well, we come all the way from Hickory for the Ashe County cheese because it's the best cheese around, I think, anywhere.
The best ever, any place. Don't go to Walmart, don't go to a grocery store, it just doesn't taste the same.
You know, Ryan, that's the same cheese that they use at everybody's Loaded Biscuits truck.
Wow, I didn't know that, Brendan. But don't worry, the summer fun doesn't stop there.
And if you want to talk cheesy, our correspondents get downright wacky with the summer adventure that anyone would want to join in on. You're not going to want to miss this.
An adventure is one word to describe summer in the high country. How about you, Brendan?
All right, I think it's pretty groovy, man. I'm planning many adventurous hikes this summer, and it's gonna get crazy. Well, we sent our correspondents, Jenna Dunning and Nick Ragone, to seek out some of the best things to do. Well, the fun turned into a best-of-5 competition between two used-to-be friends.
Oh, we're ready to fish.
I'm ready to fish. I can't say that I know what I'm doing right now, but I'm having fun doing it.
I feel like I'm not doing this correct.
I learned how to swim young. I was a lifeguard. I was a swim instructor. You'd think this would be my territory, but it's not.
I'm Pisces.
Fair?
You know, I think that Pisces thing went right over his head. We'll leave that be. Oh! Got it.
Perfect. Awesome job!
Should I give it a kiss?
Yes.
All right, bye, buddy. Be good. Hopefully I don't catch you again. There he goes.
Back to the water.
How does it feel to lose so bad?
You know, fishing just ain't my thing.
Well, you know what? Maybe we'll be a little better at something more fast-paced.
What do you have in mind?
Follow me.
All right. You ready?
Oh, yeah.
Too easy.
I think I might have you beat.
I forwarded it. I don't think I bring it.
No?
You can let go.
To the victor go the spoils.
You mean the spoils are going to me because you scored 17 and I scored 11?
Yeah, the highest score wins.
Nick, you know what, buddy? Let's go somewhere more your pace.
Where are we going?
Just follow me. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great.
Jenna, it's closed.
Are you for real, man?
Jenna, what are you doing?
You wanna go tubing?
I'm down.
You know, you can float down the river with bahoos.
Let's go.
Let's hop in, man.
All right.
All right. Before we get started, dude, we gotta lay some ground rules.
What are you thinking?
I mean, we could race tree to tree.
I like
about
that.
that one right there.
You're on.
All right, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Well, I can't believe Jenna owned Nick at all 4 events, even with he showed the abs off. Oh, it's safe to say we know who won this summer adventure.
You know, I'm not much of a sports guy, but I'd call that a clean sweep.
And still, App TV champion Jenna Tunney.
You know, sometimes it's nice to get out of the summer. But what if you still want to be inside and active? Might as well socialize while you're at it. Well, look no further than the Summit here on the mountain. So whether you are just starting out or you are a pickleball pro, the Summit has got everything you need to satisfy your desire to be part of the fastest growing sport in America. The 6-court facility is the only one of its kind in the area and only a stone's throw from downtown Boone. The Summit hasn't even been open for a year, but has already amassed a large membership. It features 7 leagues for folks to join and is open all week long. Co-owner and founder Crystal Smith encourages everyone from all skill levels to come and see the Summit for themselves.
Don't be scared, just come do it. We have a lot of people that are afraid to walk in the doors. I think if you ask any of our members, we are a very welcoming, inclusive, all levels. We've all started at beginner, we've all been there. So just come check us out. If you have any questions, ask. Like, we're here. Grant and I both are part of the community, and that's something like we really care about. So just come check us out.
For this next piece, all eyes are looking to the skies. Well, the trees in this instance. A few of our own crew members visited the High Gravity Adventures in Blowing Rock, where they had the opportunity to experience their zipline tour.
There's that second one. You are good to grab onto those handlebars.
Perfect.
Step off of that blocks in that gear.
Looking for another summer adventure? Head on over to High Gravity Adventures, right next to Tweetsea, in between Blowing Rock and Boone.
Yeah, so we're at High Gravity Adventures. We have 2 different aerial adventure parks, a high altitude zip line tour, a giant swing, and a ninja ground course.
They have a high altitude zip line tour that offers 5 different zip lines, which we got to try out. Another great thing about this place is the many gnomes that you can find all throughout the park.
So the gnomes, that's a little tradition that was started here a few years ago. It's just kind of grown to be a little bit of a thing. We kind of taken the gnome imagery and ran with it. There's a whole bunch of them all throughout the tour. We'll point those out to you guys.
He's right there!
Scott Brown explains to us how the zipline tour brings people from all over the world.
We get a lot of folks from Florida, but honestly, we've had international folks come up through and folks from the West Coast end up here. But yes, generally the Southeast is where most of our folks are coming from. We get a lot of folks coming up from Florida for sure.
And the final step to the zipline tour is the cherry on top, the high altitude free fall.
One of the main things that sets us apart is the end of our zipline tour. It is a 70-foot simulated free fall to the ground on what's called a power fan. It is incredible and so much fun. We are one of 3 used recreationally in the state of North Carolina. The other 2 are at the U.S. National Whitewater Center. And so that is just a great way to end an amazing trip.
So if you're a thrill seeker and want to soar through the trees of the high country, visit High Gravity Adventures in Blowing Rock, where the views are spectacular and the thrills are exhilarating. Reporting for AWN, I'm Mario Mendoza.
Hey Brendan, would you say that you're a fan of banjo music?
It's definitely an acquired taste.
Well, I think you would love it, and there's plenty of it here in the high country. In fact, Hunter Boston takes us to the granddaddy of all music festivals in the mountains. We'll talk about Merlefest when we return. Oh, play me some mountain music. And that's a mantra for App State. Well, there's no shortage of that style of music throughout the high country. One of the biggest music festivals recently happened just down the mountain in Wilkesboro. From banjos to electric guitars, our AWA correspondent Hunter Boston gives us the feel behind Merlefest.
Merlefest is a fundraiser for Wilkes Community College and the students here in our community. We started in 1988 raising money for students, and this is our 36th festival. We originally, Doc Watson, the famous folk musician, agreed to help with a fundraiser here to raise money for our gardens here on campus, and it just blew up from there.
A tradition like no other. Family fun, good food, and even better music. All wrapped in a 4-day festival in Wilkesboro, North Carolina. While Merlefest continues to grow on the campus of Wilkes Community College, its roots run deeper to a well-known duo in the high country.
The thing that Doc Watson blessed us with was the way we describe our festival, which is traditional plus. You know, I'm always thinking in the back of my mind, is this something Doc would have enjoyed? But even if it's not something he would have played himself, Doc had an eclectic taste, and we kind of try to think the things that Doc and Merle would have been able to tap their toe to while they were listening to it.
Thousands of fans across the weekend did just that. Toe tap into all their favorite music through all of Merlefest's 12 stages.
I'm still young, and she's still gone.
A lot bigger of a festival than we've been part of in the past, which has been really nice.
Felt good to get people moving at 11:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
So like if
before it gets hot.
You know, we're not used to doing that back home in Wisconsin.
I think for a lot of folks, you really get a good bang for your buck, and you can come in this case and hear a lot of different types of music that you may not get at other festivals, because you can go to rock and roll, you can go in here and you can hear blues, you can hear traditional, and just people just sitting around having a good time playing their own music.
Whether it's your first time or your 30th, Merlefest and its infectious atmosphere will have you coming back for more time and time again.
It's been a great 20 years, and I told my buddy Ken, I said, you'll know I'm not coming because you'll have already come to my funeral.
Between the picking and fiddling, there's a little bit to do for everyone here at Merlefest. But what happens if you didn't get a ticket to this year's festivities? Well, guess what? The mountains of North Carolina are jam-packed this summer with live music. So plenty of opportunity for you to get outside, go do something, get moving, and then sing into that fresh, high country air.
The high country really is home to so much amazing culture and community. Here are just some of the ways you can tap into it over the summer. Starting in Avery County, the Boomer Jam at the Mountain Boomer is where you can listen to classic music in Newland every Monday this summer starting at 5:30.
Memorial Day weekend in West Jefferson sees New River Brewing hosting its first annual Skeeter Fest in their beer garden.
Just down the road at the park, the Backstreet Summer Concert Series will host a band every Friday this summer.
Moving over to Boone, the Turgis Center for the Visual Arts will be celebrating their summer exhibitions with live music and refreshments on July 5th.
The summer concert series of the Jones House starts at that same time, and of course, the Boone First Friday art crawls will be happening as well.
And let's not forget, a whole lot of family fun can be had at Tweetsy Railroad over in Blowing Rock.
In addition to these events, Town Tavern is scheduled to have its 4th location open in Banner Elk this summer. With locations already in Blowing Rock, Morganton, and Boone, and Town Tavern owning River Street Ale House, it's becoming a staple in the high country. Justin Davis, owner of all 4 Town Taverns, gives us the details on what gives each location its pizzazz.
Well, in Morganton, you got the river. In Blowing Rock, you got the beautiful Blowing Rock downtown right there at the doorstep. Boone, which is right River Street Ale House, that's literally right beside the campus. So game days are super fun there. This location, downtown Banner Elk, essentially right in the heart of it. So you can actually see Sugar Mountain from the table, so that's pretty neat. So each of them have their own appeal.
Want a little faster pace action for your summer? We got a little racing action coming your way. And even with racing, it comes in all shapes and sizes. So when I heard about lawnmower racing, I knew I had to take the drive down to Wilkesboro Dragway to check it out. A big part of summer is having to bust out your own lawnmower to make your yard look all pretty. But some people like to do more than that and push their mowers to the absolute limit. Come along for the ride. Motorsports fans are treated to many spectacles in the high country, with nearby tracks like Tri-County, Hickory, Boone Fairgrounds, and North Wilkesboro all within a short drive. But did you know that there's a different type of racing right down the road on Highway 421? Lawnmower racing, the newest event at the Wilkesboro Dragway. The racing is on a dirt track on the grounds rather than the drag strip, and it brings an interesting but affordable style of racing to the facility.
It's really just a family atmosphere. Try to keep it affordable. Just a different element of racing that people can do for a small amount of money.
Even though it is less expensive than most racing, the action is far from cheap. While some may have never even heard of this kind of event, others have been waiting on this moment.
I think it's a great cultural experience, great for the family, and something we've been wanting to do for a long time. So we're really glad that the lawnmower races are back here in Wilkesboro.
I went to Wilkesboro down there and saw a race, probably between 16 and 18 years ago. And I said, I can build a lawnmower like that. And it just went on from that.
I would say it's more revolving around fun rather than the competitiveness of drag racing. I'm not so focused on winning as it is just coming out and having a good time.
Wilkesboro Dragway hosts belt burners, lawnmower racing all throughout the summer. So if you want to spice up your Friday nights, come watch some action that anyone can get into. Well, Brendan, after I got to go watch that, I think that all racing action should be had on them lawnmowers.
Well, I'm seeing the Indy 500, and I don't know, man. I think that just might beat it. And speaking of action, if you like big hits, snipes, dangles, deeks, and other sports terms I've never heard of, stick around for our next segment where we take a look at how the App State ice hockey team is paving the way for the Mountaineers to become a hockey school. Could you give me your biggest Bigfoot roar?
Rah!
Groovy. AWN reporter Lucas Warren has the story on the wildest baseball team in the high country.
There's a gap in between sports, between Appalachian baseball and Appalachian football. People are going to leave off the mountain to go and do things. Well, having this summer league team here makes it so that the money stays here in Boone.
With athletics at App State growing every year, The fan bases behind these sports continue to grow as well. With the spring semester coming to an end, most assume that also marks the end of live sports in the area. Well, let me introduce you to the Boone Bigfoots, a summer league baseball team with a little twist.
We have superhero nights, which those are always really fun. Guys dress up like superheroes. Like one of my favorite players to ever play here, Tyson Bass. He hit a home run wearing a Spider-Man morph suit. And so, I mean, that's hilarious. You don't get that at too many other places.
If you've been to a Bigfoots game, you'll recognize Chris Merritt. The recent App State graduate has been with the team for 3 years, but this is his first season in charge.
At the end of the summer, I didn't have a job. Bob Wilson, the owner, offered me to be the general manager, and so took over, and it's a lot of fun.
But the Bigfoots aren't just bringing entertainment to the high country. They're supporting your favorite athletes as well.
All of our proceeds we give back to the Appalachian State Athletics Scholarship Fund. Our money goes directly into paying for kids to play baseball, softball, whatever here, and do it for free.
With games almost every day this summer, be sure to swing by Jim and Betty Smith Stadium and check out what the...
While you may be on summer break, there is no break in the action for sports fans in the high country. What's your goal for the summer? If this is to catch more soccer games, Appalachian FC plays all summer long over at the 10 Mackerel Soccer Complex.
Ready to relax at the park with some old-fashioned baseball? Don't worry, because the team you just learned about, the Boone Bigfoots, have you covered as their season runs all the way from late May through July.
Rev up those engines as Lawnmower Racing pounds the high country ground with events each month until their season concludes in October.
If you enjoy more quiet experiences, the Blowing Rock Charity Horse Show will be having 3 events over the summer, showing off their stallions in style.
Finally, we end off with Blood, Sweat, and Gears Cycling Challenge over in Valley Cruising. Consisting of either a 95-mile or 45-mile commute through some of the toughest climbs Appalachia has to offer.
In other sports news, the John Weaver Plaza had its groundbreaking ceremony on the last week of April at the Randy Marion Track and Field at the App 105 complex. This plaza will commemorate Coach John Weaver himself, who leads App's track team for 40-plus years and will also memorialize other track legends for years to come. Our correspondent Dawson Woolridge sat down with the Coach Weaver himself to find out what it means to honor him.
Because if I can be the vehicle of a plaza that's going to recognize all the great athletes and people that have been involved in this program over the years, then okay, yeah, I'm for that. But if it was just going to be some place to put me up there with my name or whatever, nah, not necessary. I've had a world of satisfaction in my career. I don't need anything to stimulate and stroke my ego, you know. But it is a nice thought on their part. I mean, that's one I would never have thought of, ever.
When you play a club sport, people often try to take you down a peg, remind you that it isn't an official sport. But there is no doubt in anyone's mind that a sport as intense as ice hockey is just as competitive and entertaining as any other sport, varsity or club. Our big correspondent and the voice of App State hockey, Leah Feldman, pulls back the curtain on App State's ice hockey team as they establish their identity within App State athletics.
A lot of people say, and a lot of people believe, club hockey in college is college hockey.
Slot, flutter, goal!
Like, it's very competitive hockey.
The App State ice hockey team is on a mission to prove that this university is, in fact, a hockey school. But there's one problem. Boone doesn't have an ice rink. Every game for the App State hockey squad is on the road. Their home ice is an even split between 2 arenas, one in Greensboro for the first half of the season, and in the second half they skate over to Winston-Salem.
Every time we play a team, half the times they have more fans than us. So you always just want to embarrass a team in front of their fans, and that's always like our main goal. And I could see this translating to the future if we do get a rink in Boone.
One option for the team would be to host an outdoor game right here at Kid Brewer. That may be wishful thinking, but the team got a chance to play 2 outdoor games this season, one of which was at Truist Field in Charlotte, drawing thousands of fans along with plenty of attention from the student body.
We played, UNC Charlotte, not a huge hockey school, and we ended up with over like 5,000 fans there. It just sets a fire in your stomach. I mean, even hearing all those people cheering for you, not at your stadium, Like, that just makes you want to go out, take that extra stride, take that extra step, lay that extra body. It makes you want to work harder. Just to do that again, we would bring so many more fans, because even just since that game, App State hockey in Boone has grown a lot, so I think we would draw a lot more fans from Boone as well.
Captain Sam Casper emphasizes hard work every single time he steps on the ice. Since he joined the team, he has done everything in his power to lead the next generation of App State hockey to success by solidifying the culture of the program.
Skill doesn't mean everything. Like, I'm not the most skilled guy on the ice, but I work as hard as I can every time I'm on the ice, and I think a lot of people see that. And I think when I'm out there working hard, blocking shots, winning battles, I see that rub off on everyone else, and we start to play even better. Like, my freshman year when I came in, we were definitely a more individual team. Most of our goals were just scored off of one guy trying to do it all. And then my second year here, we kind of got more chemistry together. Everyone started passing, working hard together, and we started to win more games. And this year is the greatest I've ever seen, and it's really cool to see.
Success is a driving force behind the idea that App State can be a hockey school. With consecutive playoff berths and a playoff win under the team's belt in the last 2 years, they're starting to prove it themselves and the fans that they belong.
I think to a certain extent, we can now get that benefit of the doubt from our fans. Like, we show that we belong. I think 2 years ago, we moved up divisions, and since then we've been playoff contenders. And I think it just shows that it's no mistake. We really are a hockey school, and we've worked really hard. If you're a fan of App State hockey, you're gonna have a good product, and you're always gonna get what we have. You're always gonna get 100% from us. So.
Wow, Brendan, it looks like those guys are ready to play over in the NHL.
Yeah, man, that was awesome. I know that I'm probably going to go see that. Is there anything else that you're interested in doing this summer?
Let me tell you, Brendan, I want to go over to Wahoo's River Adventure, just like we saw Jenna and Nick do earlier. But sadly, that's all we have for you on this episode of AWN.
All of us here in the studio hope you have a great summer in the beautiful high country.
This is the last show that our crew will be producing before we graduate.
And we want to thank everyone on our team and everyone that helped us get to this point.
This includes our EP, Bob Dillner, and App TV director, Austin Bartolome Hill.
It has been an amazing season, and it was a pleasure to serve the high country.
We leave you with a live shot of River Street on the Appalachian State campus. What a beautiful day.